Good afternoon, my name is Chris McKenna from Downtown in Business. I'm joined by Trevor Stephen from Causeway Technologies. Thanks for being here, mate. Good to see you.
Always a pleasure to drop in on you, Chris. You know that.
Excellent. Just recovering just about from a week at Miku. It was your first trip out there, doing a bit of a fact finding for Causeway. So firstly, tell us how you found that, and then secondly, a bit more about your role and what you do there.
I was delighted to go with you guys across to Mipu. I wasn't quite sure what I was getting myself into, but kind of understood it when I got there. And Downtown in Business has done brilliantly by bringing me along, because so many leaders of councils there that I can get to know, which I did over there, and subsequent meetings will happen going forward. So overall, just a great trip, and of course that sort of led into the plans with the campaign that I'm involved in with Causeway Technologies, which is tackling mental health in the construction industry. I've been involved in that in 2 years, and many of your network will know about me and what I've been doing. So we did a survey which we launched again with help from yourselves in November 2023. Subsequently, that developed into a report, and we decided that the route for us to make any impact in tackling this poor mental health in construction was to go through local council. And I'm delighted to say that Halton Council on Merseyside, Stephen Young, their CEO, Mike Wharton, leader of the council, have backed us brilliantly. They've agreed to include mental health provisions in their procurement documentation and contracts going forward. And this is a first in the country. It's a major step, major breakthrough. Minimum standards, but to be of mental health support that companies will now have to make sure that they supply on any given site. And that just goes in with the health and safety documentation that's already there. So it's in addition to that. So we've started there with Halton, and hopefully there's now going to be a domino effect with other councils. Obviously difficult this month with the council elections going on. So not much progress can be made in the next few weeks, of course. But we will then look to other councils to include these same provisions. So we start to get a standard. We're working with CHAS as well to write up those inclusions. That again should be ready during this week, and then we can hand those over to Halton, then hand them to other councils as we sort of touch base with them going forward. So yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. Downtown in Business have been brilliant in supporting us on the journey.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of coverage in sort of various press this week around the Halton news. So some really positive feedback on that as well. So I know how much work you've put into that. So congratulations. So do you just want to touch on the pledge then, and where people can get involved?
It's a continuation of what we're doing. Obviously, we've started with Halton Council, but we want to, construction is huge, right? Yeah. And there's a lot of people, and it's a lot of ground to cover. And what we're reaching out to people with is a pledge, which is just a simple pledge of support to the campaign that we're running, and going forward that we can get more and more power to our elbow. So every pledge that is done is very, very helpful to me when I'm talking to council, when I'm talking to government, when I'm talking to the politicians, etc., etc. It's easy to get to. It's causeway.com. Just go to causeway.com. It's a very simple support pledge to mental health support within the construction industry. It's just your name, your company, submit. So it's an easy one. Causeway.com. If we can get as many of the Downtown in Business network getting involved in that, if they're involved in construction, whether that's directly or indirectly, would love your support.
Yeah, only takes a few seconds, so please head to the website there and do so. And then you've got another event in London coming up. Do you want to tell us a bit more about that? Yeah,
18th of June. We'll be using the Frameless Art Gallery in London, in Marble Arch, which we used, as you say, in the survey in 2023. So we'll be there again. And the purpose of this is really a roundup, an update of the journey so far, where we've been, what we've done, and what are the next steps going forward from that 18th of June. What do we foresee coming along? We are looking at starting our own charity as well. I think that'll be something for the autumn period. We're excited about that, but meanwhile, it is, you can overreach sometimes, and what we need to do is consolidate and get the local councils really to take on what we've done so far in these procurement framework changes. So it's an update, and we look forward to welcoming people on the 18th of June in London.
Excellent. And of course, you'll be at plenty of downtown events. I think we were chatting earlier up in Newcastle, plenty in the northwest. You'll be in Leeds with us end of May at UK Reef, of course, as well. So plenty going on. So thanks for popping in.
Yeah, thanks again for giving me the opportunity to speak and reach out to your network, which is growing, by the week. So it's been extremely helpful. Couldn't have really covered as much ground without the help of you guys. So big thanks to Frank and to yourself and your team.
Spot on. Thanks, mate. Cheers.